I've thought that for some time we need to have a new election. If you're going to go toe-to-toe with the U.S. president, you need to say, I got a 4-year mandate and you're stuck dealing with me. And he can't say that right now. We don't know day to day whether or not he's going to survive his leadership. We don't know when the election's going to be called. We don't know who the people are that are going to be the lead on being at the negotiating table. And it's creating unnecessary uncertainty, not only for the provinces, because we also have a role in making sure that the border stays open and tariff-free, but also for every business that is looking at doing investment in our country. The uncertainty and the chaos is not helpful, and so I would say that we need to go to an election.
Wow. So she is calling up for an election now and for Justin Trudeau to resign in the face of Donald Trump threats to Canada. Is Justin Trudeau gonna resign or not? We will see. Let's watch what he's saying about this.
The Prime Minister doesn't seem to agree with you. He seems to want to keep on carrying on. But in the United States, Donald Trump has obviously been watching. And he was commenting on Chrystia Freeland's resignation, saying that the governor of the great state of Canada lost his finance minister and then had some unpleasant things to say about her. We can get angry about what Donald Trump says, or we can laugh at it. Whatever the case, he is coming in and he's making these threats and he's paying attention and he knows that the current government is weak.
Yeah, I think Donald Trump is just pointing out what Canada is doing wrong, and he's doing things to benefit the average American people, and that's totally normal as the president-elect by the Americans.
We do not want to be on the president-elect's radar screen in this way. I think we all know that China is a problem because they're undercutting both of our manufacturing sectors. We know that Mexico has also been allowing China to be a backdoor to bring cheap goods into North America, I think in violation of the spirit of the agreement. That's what we would like to jointly be focused on, is how do we address those issues. But to have this inner turmoil, which is threatening our ability to get to the table and have a serious discussion, I don't think it benefits anyone. If there's a 25% tariff, it's going to impact our ability to continue to maintain our market share. It's going to be devastating for our economy. It's devastating especially for our manufactured goods. But if we end up then doing tit for tat and having 25% tariffs on American goods coming into Canada when we're in the middle of an inflation crisis and an affordability crisis, that's terrible for Canadian consumers. So we need to get.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen ever. I think Donald Trump is making threats about 20% tariffs to force Canada to act, to do something about the point that Donald Trump was not happy about, such as fentanyl coming out through the border, such as illegal immigration coming through the border. Having 20% tariff is not good for the Americans, it's not good for the Canadians, so he's just using tariffs as leverage to make Canada act and act quickly. And Trudeau is probably gonna resign because he's not the man for the job. He cannot act on this.
Get to the table to avoid tariffs altogether, and that's what I think the premiers were focused on yesterday.
The issue of oil, correct me if I'm wrong, but most of the oil coming out of your province is graded at Western Canadian Select. Already trades at about a 20% discount to West Texas Intermediate. You put a 25% tariff on it, suddenly it's more expensive than West Texas. It's almost as expensive as Brent. And what impact would that have on Alberta?
Well, we're not sure. I mean, it would take some time, I think, for the Americans to be able to try to find additional sources of that energy. And here's the thing: there aren't very many good sources for heavy oil. Heavy oil has the benefit of being able to make a number of products, including asphalt. And so many of the refineries in the U.S. have been retooled specifically to receive heavy oil, and Canada's oil in particular. Their other options are Venezuela or Iraq or Iran, and our argument is we're a much better trading partner than any of those. So that's one of the realities that we're trying to make sure that Americans know, that by putting a 25% tariff on the 4.3 million barrels that go in from Canada, it's going to increase the price of gasoline probably by about a buck a gallon. And that's going to have a big impact on their inflation, and it's going to have an impact.
Yeah, everybody knows that putting tariffs on trade goods is not good for anybody. So Trump is just using this as leverage to make Canada act quickly and basically do what he wants. That's what he does best.
on their
cutting best deal, the greatest deal possible for the Americans.
affordability crisis as well. So I think we have a very strong case to make. That's the case I make for oil. You can make an equal case for electricity. You don't want to see a 25% increase in power bills in the states that are reliant on power from Eastern Canada. The auto manufacturing and the parts go back and forth across the border 7 or 8 times before a car is assembled. That will just increase the cost of cars as well. So I would say that regardless of whether it's energy, whether it's manufacturing, whether it's food, we import a lot of American food products. There is no benefit to either Canadian consumers or American consumers in getting into a trade war. We've got to solve this.
Yeah, that was very interesting to hear about what she's saying about this topic. Alberta Premier Danielle Smith talk about the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau resigning after the Christmas break and threats made by the US President-elect Donald Trump toward Canada with the sun. The great state of Canada is done as the finance minister resigned or was fired from her position by Governor Justin Trudeau. Her behavior was really toxic and not at all conducive to making deals which are good for the very unhappy citizen of Canada. She will not be missed. Yeah, totally agrees that Canada and Canadians deserve much better than this, much better than what Justin Trudeau is doing right now. Let's see what people are saying. Trudeau won't stop until Klaus says so. Okay, this is the most liked comment. This video, correct. Very insightful comment. This is exactly correct. Klaus stepped down, not sure who's running the agenda now. Yeah. I'm not sure either. Yes, Klaus, where is he currently hiding out? Pure evil. Oh my god, there's an adult in the room. Yes, it was a great analysis. I think they did understand very well what the situation we are in right now and what's going on and what is probably going to happen next in the future. He ain't leaving voluntarily, too many guns protecting him. Yeah, of course, Trudeau wants to keep in position, but he has so much pressure on him right now, and I'm not sure if he can hold on for too long. We will see after the Christmas break what happened, and we will report it on the channel right there. Thanks for watching and staying with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Click right there to watch the next video, and I will see you there. Bye-bye.